Yo, what's good, everybody? My name is Zell, and today I have a video about motivation. Me personally, I stopped believing in motivation. I don't use it. I don't get motivated. Um, if you ask me personally, you know what I'm saying, not to kind of like debate with people or to cause a debate, I don't really think it exists how we think it exists. It's literally just an emotion like any other. And just like all emotions, it literally just rises and falls. It doesn't, it's like a kingdom. Kingdoms rise and fall. The Roman Empire rose and fell. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I view like motivation. It's just another emotion in the wide range of emotions that we humans have, right? Now, why I stopped believing in motivation is because, well, I just kind of said that. That's like my first point. Is pretty much like, why should I believe in motivation when it's not gonna show up the next day? It may not show up the next day. Oftentimes for myself, I would get super motivated to, let's say, to read, you know, a bunch of books like in the past. I would buy those books, never open them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And y'all have probably heard me say that multiple times, but that is really the case. Like, I bought a bunch of stuff. Like, for example, I would see a game that I liked, and because I was motivated to buy the game, right? I bought the game and never played it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never played it. And it's like, okay, I don't like you know what I'm saying? I just never played it, so like whatever. Um and the one thing, you know, for me, like what I have changed, the thing that I have changed about myself is I had to make my mind up when I on who I wanted to be. And me personally, that's like the opposite of motivation, right? Because motivation is temporary, but when you make your mind up, that's a permanent thing. When you really make your mind up and you say, "Oh, I'm gonna like do this and do that, and and I'm gonna really like like stick with it," you can't break that. A made up mind can't break, bend, or fold. You can't argue with it. You can't negotiate with it. You can't sit there and be like, oh, well, maybe on Tuesday I can do that. No, no. With a made up mind, um, you could really do anything. Like I made my mind up on May 31st of this year in 2026. I made my mind up that yeah, I have to change. I gotta do something. I gotta make. I have to change my way of thinking. I have to change my routine. I have to change my belief systems because before that, I was just kind of like drifting in a way where I was just like everybody else. I believed the same things that everybody else kind of believed in. And you might say like, well, what do you mean? It's just like, well, I actually like really don't know. I was a I guess I was just out here. Like I didn't have no like ideologies or nothing that I can call my own. Until I developed my own like ideology, and my own ideology is if everybody sit with their thoughts for 10 minutes a day. Most people can't really even do that. Not to kind of like, brag, but what I'm saying is like when you sit with your thoughts, you're unadulterated, you're unadulterated. When you sit with your thoughts with no distractions or nothing, you really gain a sense of like, clarity. And if you don't have that clarity, it will come once you mentally deal with what you're going through, right? Um, and that's kind of like the thing, that's kind of like my thing. So number two is make your mind up on who you want to be and what you want to do and where you want to go and how you want to go about going to, whatever. The third thing that I realize is people don't really change their motivations, well, or people don't change their lives based on motivation. They change their lives because they decide on who they want to be, which is kind of like point two. So whatever. It's like the same thing, but really though, like you must change your life. Like if you really want to get something out of life, right? Whatever it is, whether you want the money, you want a peace of mind, you want whatever you want out of life. How you get that is you have to change your mindset. And you do that every day. You gradually improve every day by 1%. And after a while, it will compound and it will compound and it will compound and it will compound until you get to where you want to go. All right. Now that's easier said than done, and I understand that. But if you put that work in, you're going to get the results. But when the results do come, it's not going to be like instantaneous where you get results and then it's like, oh, okay, well, cool. No, it's a very arduous task, and it's a very like long process. But if you're willing to put the work in for years, and you know what I'm saying, you can do that. You can actually do that. So put the work in, keep your head down, get you a book, read you that book, listen to that one podcast that you thought was cool, but you never listened to it. Do that today. Do that today. Challenge yourself. Do that today. Do it. I don't see why you can't do it. So another thing too, right? Now, previously I said that goals did not work for me. Systems changed me. My systems are the things that changed me, right? Now, sure, at first we all needed like a goal or like, whatever. But me personally, I don't like, cause it's like when I look at how my change works for me, I didn't really have no goal. I didn't have a goal. What goal? Like I didn't have a goal. I didn't have a goal. I wanted to read, right? Which I guess is a goal, but like I wanted to just read. But it was hard for me to get back into reading. So what I did was I followed a system. And now the goal don't even matter no more. I don't care about the goal. Like systems, in my opinion, systems will set you free. If you work on your system, it will set you free. It will set you free. It will change your life. When I come home from doing my, job or whatever, I come home, I have a whole system. And the thing that starts that whole system chain is I come home and take a shower. That shower is the signal. Okay, it's time to read, be in your journal, make a video, post a video, post a short, post on TikTok from your previous stream clips. All of that follows a whole routine system that starts when I get home, like literally, and that's been an everyday thing for me since May 31st. So, if goals don't work for you, do systems. I'm trying to tell you, do systems. Systems are amazing. Like right now, let me tell you how my systems kind of paid off today. Right. All right. So how I do my systems is I added things on gradually, right? So at first it was just, okay, well, I'm a journal and I'm a read, right? All right, cool. So then I started to do journal, read, learn one word out of a dictionary. Okay, cool. Journal, read, dictionary, post one video on TikTok, post one short on YouTube from previous Twitch stream. Okay, cool. All right, now we're going to actually add some exercise into this. So you're going to have to walk 15,000 steps every day, non-negotiable, no questions asked. Okay, cool. Now, 15,000 steps is easy. All right, bump it up to 25,000 steps. A 10,000 step difference. And let me tell you something. Today I walked 25,000 steps in the park in one sitting. I started at like 7:07 in the morning and I ended at 11 a.m. My systems led me, right? My systems led me to do something that most people wouldn't even think about doing on their Saturday morning. Some of y'all wasn't even awake during my whole park pilgrimage. Like for real, like some of y'all wasn't even like up and doing anything. Again, I'm not bragging, but I want you to understand the power of a made up mind, because the me from like 6 months ago would have never done that. I would have never done that. I would have looked you in your face and I would have laughed at you for even trying to make me walk. Like, no funny stuff, right? 2 years ago, when my friend was kind of like, staying with me, right? He would have me like go outside and like walk around like the neighborhood and like, whatever else, and like take walks. And at the time, I kind of like, in my, like the back of my head, I'm like, what am I doing walking? I could be on the game. I could be playing a game. I could be doing whatever on my PC. What am I doing walking? Why are we walking? Like, what's going on? Right? Whole time, like, 2 years later, walking has become like my salvation. I'm walking into my salvation. I'm walking, right? And it's like, sure, like walking may be this small thing, but the small things in life add up. They compound. They become big things. And, walking might even lead me to, walking will lead me into like other workout routines in the future. Like, that's what I'm saying. You have to start small and you gonna shoot up. Like, I'm just at the beginning of my journey, and my journey is one that I want to share with y'all, like, and all of that, because I think it should be documented. I was a person who, I didn't believe in myself. I thought that, like, what I'm saying? I thought, that I never could like achieve like any of my dreams. Do you know that right now? Do you understand that right now I'm actually living my dreams without seeing no money, no nothing from it? I'm living my dream. I'm able to really do YouTube and like, what I'm saying, get on camera and talk to y'all. Like, that's crazy for me, because I didn't even have this dream 2 years ago. Or matter of fact, no, I had the dream, but I never acted on it. It just sat in my brain. I was like, okay, well, like, whatever. I didn't even like, because I didn't think that I was interesting enough to even get on camera and talk. My whole life, I told myself that I was just a background character. Like that, like if you asked me that, like if you asked me 2 years ago, that was my story. I was a background character. I didn't right. I didn't really have no like real story. I was just like an NPC. Like, no, I'm not an NPC. I'm an actual person. Like, no, I didn't. And it's funny because it took me a long time to unlearn that from myself. I was my biggest enemy. And now I've become my biggest asset. And I think that's worth sharing on YouTube. Even if I keep repeating it and repeating it, because they know, what they say. When you keep repeating stuff, you eventually believe it. If I posted a short every day of me saying, yo, I believe in myself, believe in yourself as I do, eventually you might start to believe in yourself. You might start to see, oh, okay, well, since he believes in himself, I should believe in myself. Now, is that wishful thinking? Sure. Like, sure. Okay, whatever. But eventually, if you hear something enough times, you should be able to get something out of it. I'm just saying. Okay? So I'm just saying, like, I'm walking into my salvation. Now, let me tell y'all a brief story about what happened yesterday and how systems and my routine really changed me, right? And this is like, and what I did about it, right? So yesterday, I wanted to stream on Twitch, right? Okay, my internet speed messed up like bad. Like my upload speed was like a 3, right? And if you don't know, you need at least about a 10 upload speed on Twitch to even stream at all, right? So my upload speed was like a 3. I couldn't do it. I kept dropping frames, all of that. And I was frustrated. I was real mad. I was frustrated. But you know what I had to do? I still had to journal. And I still had to learn my one vocab word out the dictionary. And I still had to complete my actual steps too, because I was at like 15,000 steps. I still had to complete all my steps. Despite what happens in that routine, you still have to show up for all the other ones. Sure, I wanted to just be like, whatever, call it a night, be done. No, no, no. I still had to show up. I still had to be present in those moments despite me being mad. Sure, I may have had a smaller journal entry, but I showed up. I came. I wrote in my book, right? Because not that I promised myself, but no, I promised myself that I would do this. I promised myself that I would be a person that shows up. And that's what changed me too. I became a person who shows up. No matter what or who telling me what to do, I became a person who shows up. First and foremost, can't nobody motivate me. I make my mind up on things. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. That's just like what it is, right? So my thing about it is, no, I made my mind up. And I did what I had to do. And last but not least, and I'm gonna say this one more time, or whatever, but a made up mind and clarity will set you free. A made up mind and clarity will set you free. It set me free. If I didn't have 1% of clarity, I couldn't be doing this. I'm living my dream right now. I ain't got no bread, no money, no nothing. I mean, I got money, but like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got money that I'm not where I'm at, or I'm not where I want to be at financially. I'm not there yet. Okay. And I'll admit that to people. Right. But what I'm becoming is more important than where I'm at. Like the man that I'm becoming is more important than where I'm at. Because if 2 months ago I was not this person, I was a whole different person. And I thank my previous self, because without me going through what I went through, I wouldn't even be here right now talking to y'all. I'll be playing the game. I'll be on whatever, right? And what's crazy is, if you really want this change your environment too. But if you ask me though, that's kind of like open-ended, because I changed my environment, but I didn't like move out of my neighborhood. I still like live like in the hood, like whatever. But no, I didn't change my neighborhood. I changed what was around me. So in my studio now, I have my microphone, my monitor, my laptop, my MacBook, my whole command center, and I just have one keyboard and my YouTube and stream journal, right? On my other desk, I have all my books, right? My journals, and that's it. So now I get into the habit of doing what I need to do when I need to do it, right? And that works for me. That works for me. If you change your environment, right? If you change your environment by 1%, I think that you'll be okay. I think you'd be able to do what you want to do. I didn't paint the room no different color. I didn't right? it worked for me. And if it worked, now mind you, I'm a person where I just be like, oh well, whatever. No, it worked for me. Like, and it became a gospel for me. It worked for me. It has to work for you. If it works for me, and I'm like a nobody, it's gonna work for you too. Just gotta keep at it. Just keep do what works for you. But what I'm telling you though, like if you change your environment, your mindset changes, your actions changes, what you believe in change. But you have to like really want that change, right? So that's all I got for today. Yeah, so that's what I got for today. My bookshelf is coming today, so I'm gonna probably film me like building pieces of it and putting it all together, and then we'll kind of do another video from there and like whatever else. But yeah, if you got anything out of this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.